The footsteps began at exactly 3:12 a.m. They stopped right outside her apartment door. Emma was already awake when she heard them. She lived alone on the 6th floor of a quiet Chicago building. At least that's what her lease said. The silence tonight felt different. The first step was slow and heavy. The second dragged slightly across the hallway carpet. Then everything went still. Emma held her breath in the darkness. Her bedroom door was slightly open. The hallway light inside her apartment was off. She checked her phone screen for the time again. 3:12 a.m. glowed in pale white numbers. No notifications appeared. Another step echoed outside. It sounded deliberate and controlled. Whoever it was knew exactly where her door stood. She sat up slowly in bed. Her heartbeat began to throb inside her ears. The air felt too thin to breathe. No one visited her this late. Her neighbors were elderly and predictable. This building usually slept by midnight. The footsteps shifted closer to her door. She heard the faint brush of fabric. Something moved just inches away. Emma slipped out of bed quietly. The wooden floor felt cold beneath her feet. She moved toward her bedroom doorway. She leaned slightly into the hallway. Darkness stretched toward the front door. Everything looked normal. Then the doorknob trembled softly. It did not turn fully. It only tested the lock gently. Emma froze in place. Her stomach tightened painfully. She always locked her door twice before sleeping. The knob rattled again, slower this time. A fingernail scraped lightly against metal. The sound made her skin crawl. "Hello," she called out weakly. Her voice cracked under pressure. The hallway outside remained silent. She moved closer to the front door. Each step felt too loud in the quiet apartment. Her breathing echoed unnaturally. A shadow slipped beneath the crack of the door. It blocked the thin line of light from the building corridor. Someone was standing directly outside. They weren't moving anymore. They were waiting. Emma's pulse pounded violently. Her hands trembled at her sides. She considered calling the police immediately. Before she could grab her phone, 3 soft knocks tapped against the wood. They were evenly spaced and patient. Knock, pause, knock, pause, knock. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't rushed. It sounded calm and confident. Emma backed away from the door slowly. Her mind searched for explanations. None felt convincing enough. The knocks returned, slightly louder now. The door vibrated faintly with each impact. The rhythm never changed. She rushed into the kitchen. Her phone lay charging on the counter. Her fingers fumbled to unlock it. No service bars appeared at the top of her screen. The signal had vanished completely. The Wi-Fi symbol blinked out. Her chest tightened with fear. The building always had strong reception. This had never happened before. The knocking stopped abruptly. Silence swallowed the apartment whole. Even the refrigerator hum faded away. Emma crept back toward the door. Her shadow stretched long across the wall. She forced herself to breathe slowly. The hallway light outside flickered under the crack. It turned on and off in uneven pulses. Then she heard whispering. It was low and distorted. It sounded like two voices layered together. She pressed her ear against the door. The wood felt cold against her skin. The whispering stopped instantly. For several seconds, nothing moved. The hallway seemed empty again. Her heartbeat filled the silence. Then something scratched against the door gently. It traced the shape of the wood panel. The sound moved downward slowly. Emma stepped back in horror. The scratching stopped at the doorknob. A soft exhale followed. "You're awake," a voice murmured faintly. It sounded almost disappointed. It sounded too close. Emma stumbled backward into the living room. The lights flickered above her suddenly. Shadows twisted along the walls. The doorknob began turning slowly. This time, it rotated further than before. The lock strained under pressure. She remembered locking it twice. She was certain of it. Yet the metal clicked once as if something had unlocked. The door creaked open an inch. Cold air slipped into the apartment. The hallway beyond looked darker than usual. Emma grabbed the door handle and slammed it shut. She twisted the lock violently again. Her hands shook uncontrollably. A heavy thud struck the door from outside. The wood trembled under force. Dust fell from the frame. Another thud followed immediately. Then another. Each hit grew stronger. "Let me in," the layered voice whispered calmly. It no longer sounded patient. It sounded irritated. Emma ran toward her bedroom. She locked the door too. Her chest rose and fell rapidly. The pounding on the front door stopped suddenly. The silence returned with terrifying weight. She could hear nothing at all. Then footsteps echoed inside her apartment. They were slow and measured. They were no longer outside. Emma's blood turned cold. She stared at her locked bedroom door. The handle remained still. The footsteps moved through her living room. They paused near the kitchen. Something shifted across the counter. A glass fell and shattered loudly. The sound exploded through the apartment. Emma covered her mouth to stay quiet. The footsteps approached her bedroom. They stopped directly outside the door. She could sense someone standing there. The handle began to turn slowly. It rattled against the lock. The layered breathing returned on the other side. Emma stepped backward until her legs hit the bed. Tears blurred her vision. Her mind raced for escape. The whisper came again, clearer this time. "You shouldn't have answered." It sounded almost amused. The bedroom light flickered violently. The bulb burst with a sharp pop. Darkness swallowed the room completely. Only faint moonlight entered through the window. The outline of the door remained visible. The handle stopped moving. For a moment, everything felt still again. Emma listened carefully for movement. She heard nothing at all. Then something shifted behind her. A floorboard creaked near the closet. The sound was inside the room. Emma turned slowly toward the noise. The closet door stood slightly open. She was certain she had closed it earlier. A shape moved within the darkness. It blended perfectly with the shadows. Two faint reflections gleamed like eyes. Her breathing grew shallow and uneven. She could not scream. Her voice refused to cooperate. The closet door opened wider by itself. Hinges groaned softly. The shadow stepped forward slightly. It looked almost human in shape. Its outline mirrored her height and posture. Its head tilted unnaturally. "You live alone," the voice whispered again. It now sounded singular and clear. It sounded exactly like her. Emma felt her knees weaken. The figure stepped fully into the moonlight. It wore her face. Same hair, same scar near her eyebrow, same terrified expression staring back at her. The copy smiled slowly. Its eyes remained cold and empty. Its movements felt slightly delayed. "You locked the wrong door," it said quietly. Its smile widened further. Its teeth looked sharp. Emma stumbled toward the bedroom door desperately. She twisted the handle wildly. It would not open. The front door slammed somewhere in the apartment. The echo vibrated through the walls. The lights flickered again faintly. The copy moved closer step by step. It never blinked once. Its smile never faded. Emma backed against the wall near the window. Cold glass pressed against her spine. There was nowhere left to go. "You heard us outside," it whispered softly. "Now we're inside." The copy reached out slowly toward her face. Its fingers felt icy against her skin. Its touch mirrored her own. Emma screamed at last. The sound echoed unnaturally around the room. It sounded layered and distorted. The next morning, the apartment door was closed. The hallway remained quiet as usual. No signs of forced entry appeared. Neighbors later mentioned hearing footsteps at 3:12 a.m. They said someone had been standing outside her door. But when they checked, no one was there. The hallway was completely empty. At exactly 3:12 a.m. the following night, footsteps returned again. They stopped outside a different apartment. Inside that apartment, someone else was already awake.